yonke kamu homo na yenko jinsase no afei we ye nurse we ye doctor mo ke kamu homo mu a ye betwa nsase ne bi ade amamo medical doctors mo nyina no mo ka ho bi military officers police officers fire service immigration custom officers mo nyina no mo betimi akeka mo ho abomu e wa kwekuo mu na baba abeje mo nsase teacher for factory workers traders prison officers tailor for welders nyina no mo ka ho bi adope mpacho e mascon akwenya wode abai yenko na yenko gi yensase acho one plot near 70 by 100 18,000 Ghana cedis na e mascon say ne wo ba wo de 3,000 Ghana cedis at the beto asie na afi 15,000 no aka no womo ama afi baako na watimi e de atuatua ne nkakra bacho umpe we na wo peden ensase ni nyina no egu chopoli ewo enkran ha 10 minutes drive from Central University 5 minutes drive away from the Seglemi Affordable Housing Project enti anopai woni a must conform any and come one more numbers no 0553 840646 0553 840646 and now for 0553 838730 na when a must conform any and come and pay one more office no our community 18 junction Spinters Road no so one Allied filling station no edi and mo KFC restaurant no and chenwa pe and obehu a must conform and pay speak to them na one more ebeje was so best brain publications and the books papa textbooks and kekawa bia the mistakes bia no any the abedwama so from the nursery level ekwa the kokosi the senior high school level subject ahodo amofra no esua ewo school mu nyina no ope ho textbooks pa ebeboa wo modia bacho the best brain publication for atro edi ababonche na wo mu gina naka curriculum no eso ana atro nkrata ni nyina edi aba ope English language biology mathematics integrated science social studies ope creative art books ope French ope Asante Tree ope literacy for nursery and so ope the early writing books I want to be nursery from more front to fefia one more Fred dia one more sua dia so textbooks in but one more will be I don't pay for best blend publication na when you want more any 0507 200 200 0507 200 200 na when best brain publication for any combo and pay na wamu beboa bookshop bi emu oboru emu a obenya bi ato na aboa wo ye pa Emma's Global Link Limited akwantu ho nhyehyeye akwantu ho anamo tutu obia no mpacho wo mo na be ya ma akwantu document bia wo hia bia no mpacho se wo de kwakwaje visa de Emma's Global Link Limited for ana ebeboa wo ye pa pay me come for Emma's Global Link Limited for the amount is answer akwantu de ho nhyehyeye ni nyina no wo mo ana edikan ewo oh my God pay when Emma's for any nkomo wa wo pese wo koto awadisua so wabroche eno echi no me pacho wo pese wo tu kwan kotena manane koye adwuma ni nyina no Emma's Global Link Limited for adaroma wo mo ebeboa wo ye papa pay when wo mo ninka nkomo ana wo ni omo enkasa se wo kuma se ene ne pacho mu a wo beko asafole Senate office no hwe ani mu ana wo be hu Emma's Global Link Limited for eno echi no se won kran ha obeko weja kaswa main road no eso omo White Cross Junction na woni Emax for any enkomo 0504 203401 0504 203401 and after 0535 502499 0535 502499 na woni Emax for any enkomo anope na womo ebeje wo so ye pa 41 after 7 minute, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful. Your numbers in 055-0596-929 055-0567-929 your numbers are not pay your day Juma. Our you see no eto ewo enkrai na mabedwafo no atena se enti adope yede omo eba babedi enkobo mame ema ebo backman achi na mema no akwaba nani da edi kan ameni ni share in the studio ono represent the movement for change Uncle Ebo Maakye adope
mejo dumunia
na empomo to say
oh nyame adumi bia bako
very well yada trade ampo ase adope na movement for change emu to say
oh emu yepa
and your flag bearer and leader was here.
Yes, I was watching, and it was interesting. Your line of questions, very interesting. And what do we call? I say, hey, I know Mr. Finance Minister, because you were asking the right questions.
Thank you.
And the questions I will be sending your questions are. When you say Ghana for to me bisa.
Okay.
No more demand answers from Omom per se. Because it's not just about becoming president because political party be unity na say a trouble ma be president na mo wan kasa no dia na wo de ba and we be say questions are ma opinion no can sama won say mo do say yetumi gina super e betumi atesa Ghana ni
okay
so you were so excited about the way you want kasa wo handle in your man yes I'm privy to be assembly or can ya about you the way to me your understanding of the issues.
Thank you.
Any senior what's the document in Arsenal? Ebeboa. To me about class will be ba so person by your man penny leader. You be to me be sending questions based on even what is in the document. And it's very important.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Ebo. But I can to say movement for change entirely across the country.
Mr. Speaker, yes. Nancy me operations of 4 regions.
Okay.
And I don't want to mention the regions. But I can tell you that this sign.
Yes, it's him.
Yeah, it's becoming very common.
Okay.
You went with a branded pickup of the movement. Maybe able could be so be a who can na or you say. So I say Ghana for pay change. But you know the usual change.
Okay.
Say we kwa NDC kwa na MPP aba MPP kwa na we aba. That's not the kind of change I'm because who can say the movement for change, represent a government of national unity.
Yeah.
So, what you say, people are sick and tired of this NDC MPP political football. So they want something new. And so when they see you and they begin to do this, say, something is happening.
Okay.
And I can tell you, people will be shocked in this country. Yes. You see,
a land can cause, a shock.
Yes, I'm telling you, see, we think we have control over people who vote.
Okay.
We don't. Politicians don't have control over people who vote. You see, political parties, none of them, membership, do 1 million. None of them.
Oh, sir.
Yes, all of them. Maybe
but they're telling you said they have 6 million each.
No.
As a base.
Yes, you see, over the years, we've had these 2 political parties, a dominating political space. And see, I say, you don't have any choice. At election, one of them should become president. So the alternatives, ensure that yes, so if it is a personality cry, the ideas, the way ordinary message or putting a message across, and yet we are confident say this is an alternative. But what in America? So it's like these are the only 2. Either you choose this one or this one. So the vote Omunyano, it doesn't represent their membership. But what in America?
Exactly.
A chunk of them, you're floating voters. Because the
alternative
choice but this time, you see, the alternative is even beyond Mr. Alanchaman.
Yeah, but Uncle Ebo, in time past, we've had Papa Kwesi Indom.
Yes.
We've had Dr. Ebu Sakara.
Yes.
If a statement I will make, is anything to go by, these are fantastic personalities, sir.
Yeah.
They carry a whole lot of weight.
Yes.
And the question is that option are not any honor. Anything because in time past, and Crawford way more are presented to the electorate of Ghana, yet Ghanaians did not choose them over the NPP and the NDC.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you see the alternative here. Who said Dr. Ndom fantastic, Dr. Abu Sakara fantastic.
Yes.
They contested on a ticket of political parties.
Exactly.
So apart from the fact that I'm weight, The political parties in Omugina did not have that weight to say NDC MPP. And people were focusing more on the political parties than the personalities.
Okay.
Now, but after 32 years of these political parties, it is not just about a political party. Now, let's look beyond the political party. That is why I'm saying, the alternative is even beyond Mr. Alanchamantin as a person.
Okay.
The system, you see, the winner takes all systems, it's what people are fighting against.
Okay.
So now the alternative to the winner takes all system, a government of national unity. Because, Mr. Speaker, maybe says our questions with all the time, I didn't see Ghana for a Kokobo international marcher. Yama Hearts of Folk, Nkwanko representing Ghana, and as a Kotoko, Nkwanko representing Ghana.
Now you be free, baby.
The best from each team, and go beyond the borders of Ghana. You can select Ghanaians or mobile outside, the best. Not even because of mobile outside, though. Even if you go outside, we bring the best to form a national team, so that we can win matches and be excited. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
So the same vein, if you bring it down to politics, why is it that after 32 years, NDC prove said they don't have what it takes to turn things around? MPP say because in the last 10 years, for example, they call IMF twice, doing so twice. So what again do they have? So instead of allowing NDC alone or MPP alone to do unity, they can say a government of national unity, it be the best from NDC, the best from MPP, the best from CPP. The best from Ghanaians are among your politics, like the business community. Like if you go to the labor front, the best there, those civil society organizations, our chiefs, the clergy, Ghanaians working outside to say United Nations, World Bank, and IMF. No? Why don't we bring them home to form a national team in that sense? To govern, to manage our economy. Because the economy is more important than the football.
Exactly.
Yet football, we select our best. But when it comes to the economy, we give the whole country, all the resources in this country, everything to one political party, and it's a winner takes all. So when they take it, all contracts, all appointments, all employment, all scholarships, for them for 8 years, that has been a system. 8 years. So, Akwakwa said, when you know that the worst that can happen to me, say, I go opposition 8 years, you become lazy, because I know that no matter what I do, 8 years, I go opposition. So what I will do is I go opposition and let me take enough. I best me opposition, because after 8 years, Ghanaians will bring me back. That has been the system, and that is what people want to change this time. And now, see, you be this and then they begin to do this sign. So this sign has now become a sign different from NDC Kwa MPP Abasa. This one, people want all the two political parties to pack somewhere.
Movement for change is changing the narrative.
Yes.
The national conversation about, voting for a year presidential aspirant because of political parties, more shifted the conversation, from that level to a point will come to agreement. Say there be yes, political party but the person leading the political party and the competence must be tested.
Very important. You see, who say the Constitution of Ghana, how it is structured.
Yes.
The presidency and for political party, but the parliamentary is for political party. And let me explain. Who say Nana Akufo-Addo says so or resigning from MPP, say. Because of party, I don't belong to MPP again. He will still be president of Ghana, even though he's no more MPP member. But MPD, so if you MPP say, I'm not happy with what is happening in the party, until me fit MPP ma, you better buy election.
Exactly.
So this
because we are crossing capital.
Yes. So the parliamentary seat, is for the party, but the presidency, it's not for the party. It's for the person. But what in American has
exactly.
And so why don't you focus on the person and because person will be the president? Nia obe to me aye and nyoma wire and pain vision or that too was says side vision when mama Ghana assistant any. So it is not just about because in the Mr. Speaker, if NDC Koyobi and MPP Koyobi as an argument makakra, we have to vote for him because MPP in the NDC you now. The constitution which say a party can sponsor somebody to become president. Somebody can also sponsor himself as independent candidate to become president. So why there? Yafa a come back also for 32 years. Party sponsoring people to become president for 32 years. The results are not any good for us. Now, Yansha say, okay, why don't you go the Benin way? The Benin way is that after Kriekunu, Benino for who say party system and bomb.
Okay.
So they voted for Thomas Yayi as independent president for the first time.
Okay.
After 5 years, they said this is the best way to go. So they voted for him another 5 years.
Okay.
Until Yayi Boni try 10 years. Or try 10 years, no said this is the way to go. No, another independent president, which is the Patrice Talon, which of 5 years away, or baby try. Oko Benina. Benin economy is now considered
is developing rapidly.
Yes, one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
Yes.
Not even in Africa, in the world. And what do they have? Cotton and cashew. What do we have? Cocoa. Number 1 in Africa. Number 2 in Africa. Number 2 in the world. Gold. Number 1 in Africa. Number 7th in the world. Bauxite. Number 3 in Africa. Number 11th in the world. Manganese. Number 3 in Africa. Number 5 in the world. 15 countries producing diamond in Africa. I mean, large-scale production. Ghana is one of them, one of the 15. I mean, look, mention the minerals we have. Even palm oil, we are the 3rd in Africa. Coconut, number 1 in Africa. Pineapple, number 1 in Africa. Salt, number 2 in Africa. So you have all this, and you are not growing. And countries, there's no European country or even 10% of what we have. So there must be something wrong with the system you're operating. Okay. That is why we believe that a government of national unity that will allow you to put your best brains and talent to work is what you need. Not massa Obia be minister because campaign time no crap a candidate water bottle. Because of that, he's now a cabinet minister. We don't do things like that. Let's depend on meritocracy. Select the best to make sure that the economy, all of us will be happy. So that mediocrity, giving appointment to people because of political consideration, it should be a thing of the past.
Okay, very well. Uncle Ebo, Besa about Subiem. Now, Mamin Kayati for 53 after 7. Now, name was the Honorable David Von D, Member of Parliament for Trifo Atimokwa, on the ticket of the NDC. Ebe join here. Now, the Honorable Ayepe, former Member of Parliament for Ayensuano, will as well join us. Insuneto to understand, and no more late kakra. But we're waiting for them. And Wamuba Wamuso will have their bite. But quite an interesting one. Masha documentary on Benin. Benin, just close to us. Otra Togo. Ufri, Ablao, now Otra Togo. I mean, now what do Benin and Sakra Nwako, Nigeria? Quite an interesting one. I was in Cotonou in 2017. I saw how I Cotonou here, and then me share documentary. I could see the level of transformation about Cotonou and the enclaves. I mean, it's quite an impressive one. But Yeshe said the idea about the Bekwakosi. But say Closak for a declare strike. Mamin kind almost statement, about na yemfa and share yenkomodie no ase anopay na the civil service and local government staff one more July because one more say abai any one more end in a year cry. Mamin kind statement Emma surely na afe the reason tia one more declare strike one so what to me now this is what they have to say or say. Okay, this was issued yesterday. Declaration of nationwide strike in consonance with our letter dated, numbered, dated 21st June 2024, indicating our intention to proceed on a nationwide strike if new salary structure for the staff of the civil service and local government service is not implemented. We hereby declare a nationwide strike with effect from Wednesday, 3rd July 2024. All staff of the civil service and local government service should stay away from work until further notice. Sincerely, all closer secretariat and offices are to be shut down. Kindly take note and comply accordingly. And this was issued by Ura Isaac Bampo Ado, Executive Secretary for a year closer. Now, indications now there is a new salary structure and our modeler one more any abai agree on, but abai empese what the be juma na afe implementation no efras here and no energy omunyina so ntia say ye ka say ene anopay obi a civil servant and I say oh yeah local government service personnel, or district assemblies in the mononi, they are not supposed to go to work because of this particular strike. Mamin Shasie ewo eboso na Backman so na mintieno. Anglebo Mamin and Shasie was so na mintio.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Who say?
Sit-up for so my.
Yes, yes.
Colleges of education.
Yes, yes.
Also, I was strike. And we know ebe dobone up.
Yes, yes. Mr. Speaker, unum say, we are abiners and for the omomandi tomorrow. For me, the two most important things are as I was one, the issue of cost of living.
Okay.
And the cost of doing business. These two are very important. So we manage economy. As a time be a woman will need cost annually. Cost of living, cost of doing business. Now, over cost of living now, who say you be a we juma yetauka bosom. Sika de ma so we need any extra business be no would depend on. And most of our Ghanaians, because of the fact that business environment and conducive unity, they depend solely on their salaries. Now, but because of the issue of inflation, send a normal book cost.
Okay.
And when see on time be no sika de ma no value one kasa, normal to meet no. Say inflation cost affect the value of your money, your currency. So send your final purchasing power. Say ubetumi dey atwa de. But if over the years so salary yentum flat for a long time, but the inflation, that is prices of goods a cost what it means is that the value of your income now even though on the face value is the same amount of money,
yes,
but in terms of what it can buy most akofom na sabi nkofo say na Ghana for your magicians. Not all Ghanaians are magicians. There are people who live on debt. Just say, Oma babu sama, omuti obidin kwa no mujane, because the system doesn't provide incentives. And masa we worker aben juma, utumi make savings kra. What in America? Because in actual fact, economy be like ebe cost there are things that should happen. People must have money to spend. And after spending, they must have money to save.
Okay.
Because capital, we form capital for investment through savings. So if the Ghanaian worker cannot even save, in fact, it's kind of and so no what the to was me save.
Yes,
if
it is part of this reason that the same people demanded for COLA, cost of living allowance.
Yes.
Say I buy 8-year cost of living allowance. Now the tripartite committee, etnasi, every year, a review the daily minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yes. Now no make an improvement on the conditions. Why should this be a necessity in tier? As I said, we declare strike at this point in time.
Yeah. The reason is that let's face it. People, Portuguese say, he who feels it knows it. They can't. The cost of living is more or less, a minimum. It's like it is suffocating them.
Yeah, but allowance should be able to complement.
No. But you see, so that should tell you how dangerous it is and how serious it is. That to the extent that even the allowance cannot make up for. But what in American say? Because if you look at, let's be honest, inflation, official inflation is different from what is really on the ground. It is more than what is on the paper or on what they will present to us. Say this is the official rate of inflation. So people feel it, and that is why they think that enough is enough. And I believe, sir, you see, the question is, why are we where we are? And that is the most important thing. What say, Maakye said earlier on. But the most important thing is, I believe, sir, our problem is as a result of 1, bad leadership, 2, mismanagement, 3, corruption, 3, the winner takes all system. This bad winner takes all system. You practice these 4 factors. Because we didn't just start yesterday. We started long ago. We've had 32 years of duopoly of NDC and MPP. The cumulative results is what we have now. Except that our situation has moved from bad to worse. It was bad then. It is worse now. So the argument now is, should we go back to the bad because we are having worse situation, or we should change it all over to have a new system or a new government that will be able to help Ghanaians to survive. Because I believe that the way to go is to focus on the private sector. I mean, I've always been saying this. People can get job to do. You can, if you're a government, you can boast of increase in employment through the private sector.
Okay.
You can talk about, you can have tax revenue through the private sector in terms of corporate tax and income tax. You can increase your export earnings through the private sector. You can also reduce your import expenditure to the private sector. So the focus of every government should be how to revamp or how to create an environment for the private sector. So over to me, I try. So private sector, because I'm telling you, a lot of parents now, public civil servants,
Yeah.
Some of them, be school, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So the burden of their kids is now on them. Obi wa nobody be 20 to 25 years. Or if you're on juma, in actual fact, a system work here. The young man or the young man just juma, not to me support even the income, no matter than the father receiving and you also call to me supporting home. But now he's also taken away from home. Because the system doesn't work, the private sector businesses are collapsing because of the way the economy has been run. The public sector pay cannot take them anywhere. They say your take-home pay cannot even take you to the lorry station. That's what we say. And so that is the problem we have. So I support the strike. That sometimes the government, the only language the government listens is either strike or demonstration.
Very well.
Yes, but they are living big. So the people must demand their fair share of the national cake.
Very well. 3 minutes after 8. Now, the Honorable MP for Chifuati Mokwa has joined us on the ticket of the NDC. The Honorable David Von D are joining here. Honorable Maakye.
Major Somino.
Now, a boom to say.
Ready and we are mobile.
Michelle, watch you.
No crack. I check a crack.
Constituency Bokodia.
Yamia Tom. Mami fa kwenya we so na minchiacha mahakim ade na me mane ya akọ emse endra me abofra baako na ofa ase baako edi moto konya accident efrimu ya chama hakim ya maone abusuafo nyina ya akọ mami nchia wani agibra ehwe yen madam confidence ni yosemo pra ni Chifuati Kwame nyina na afi minchia me mami wache boutique ni wache dapa.
Oh, I see.
Enti obi anko to bi anopai mamu mbre me belo enti yedanya mi ase se odi enden so achaye me.
Very well. Embrace me dwam so boko.
Embrace me dwam me fine. Just that this government is trying to force on the Ghanaian people another minister, and we feel that the conditions in our country now it does not permit those behavior, and we in the NDC we feel that we're not interested in
the Honorable Kofi Ahenkrama.
I think so.
Deputy Minister for Trade.
Yeah, we're not interested in that. We feel say
I didn't tell more reject more I mean more step here. I would say that be I mean more massage and more here.
Meanwhile, I always say we have barely 4 months to an election. Nyame adom ya bepam MPP ne nkrofo mo mafiri ho. And number 2, the economy is so distressed to a extent say domestic finance minister ya fani I just saw call amanoni ko pawonia yedi wo moka echew say wo mo piepia aka no ko echire kakra ni etimi anya kwan asan so buruka ne bi agum. And this is the kind of country we have now. I believe that the little the government should be doing is stop stuffing government with many more political appointments that would derail the fortunes of the country the more. And I don't think say you be bua Ghana man say NDC for yensu yedi ya hon de be kwa kan we say invect the Samsung Farm Minister beyond there trade ministry or more substantive minister.
Yes, I think so far
deputy minister
Michael Ochibe.
I really don't know what the government want to do if not job for the boys close to the end of the, okay, and you way. That's the only reason why.
Yes, but
4 months to the election.
Realistically,
4 months to election. What would you want to be doing that? Especially looking at our economy. What would you want me doing that?
Yes, but realistically, no. President Akufo-Addo, I mean, Trade Ministry, has always had 2 deputy ministers. And you had a year Michael Ochibefi there, and a face so Bakonso or no so by. Look here, right? Okay, and then how do you call it? Yeah, they are in Krama for Eba Bekaho. Now, the deputy finance minister now, Sticker used to be there, used to be on the trade side, and now one more a movie, eco finance. And definitely, you could expect, say, at least somebody will come to replace that.
No,
and only a problem.
Now, the point I'm making is,
yes,
whether or not they've had 2 or 3 deputy ministers all this while. What is the significance?
Okay.
What is it that they've been able to achieve? And in 4 months to the election, and looking at the economy, where would this government has taken the Ghanaians people to? Is it coming to change the fortunes of Ghanaians? Is it coming to change the dollar? Is it coming to promote the industrialization that they talk about all these years? The lies. Is it coming to change things like that? Really, it is just an exercise in futility. It is just much ado about nothing, and nobody should be entertaining this kind of behavior. And I think that now I say Ejumayefo our strike.
Yes, I know honey advice is here.
Ejumayefo our strike. Why are they on strike? They are on strike purposely for cost of living. Menoka say so come Makola and Malata now Kotonriama. I mean, you will be shocked. Mania, just some few years ago, I normally would ask my wife to so beton Riama every 2 weeks. Okay. Uma 2000, I think 2020 thereabout. No, Uma 2000. Everything did my wife and I and our 4 kids. And now I because woman 10,000. Untimi need mefie. Then take here 2 weeks. Tomatoes mienu aye 20 Ghana cedi. Wanya ni ye pa 10 cedis. Kohwesa opeso ton kruma baku mienu aye ahe. And a tuber of yam and in 100 cedis. Cost of living is just unbearable. But with him, the salary is the same. The salary had not gone up. So what we're living, you see, Sesiano, onipa bre ahon chire wo ho ene body e wo koto body e betima it saying. Now, look, all these things are things that the government don't care about. And funny, you see, this government, sometimes, we young men and women are, sometimes we feel so disappointed. Nampaya na mebo mevrade, so obesu ya kumemu ana 4 months bedru, ni akoto aba na yi won efri ho. Na anya saa, wanhwe ana enkrofo may take to the street, and that I do not endorse. TMA. Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo inti Ghana pani. Sometimes I feel very, very disappointed in us politicians. Extremely disappointed. Nya nanado no ninam Ghana higher campaign. Watimi ne nkrofo ekotena koku ase. Etna onim egwane yetena so wajade aduane no. Etna so ewi banchampesie ane nyaado a yapoto. Nya nanado wei. Ana nya nanado wei no onum kalipo ni pure water. Ewo street mu. Nya nanado wei. Ene papa ya koto V8. Land Cruiser o V8. Anu akonwa wotena so no. Wato akonwa ya di ahye V8 ni mu a. Baby obekọ bia no. Car no di nechi bomb from akagu akonwa no so. Ya wo bia ntena car no mu. Na ni car no so a odi kọ no. Sa V8 car no yanduma engine no. Yanduma engine no. Na bo fuel. Eno so na nanado tena. Eno so a bodyguard akonwa ne car no. Nanado pani. Nanado ankasani. You see, we are making politics so dangerous in a way there. One share people who na mo kra ne a politician. One will be cry their back obo wutre kunkwa. Is that the kind of leadership that these people preached? They promised they were going to move away from borrowing and they are going to go into industrialization. Inti ano ni yehui. She nani me hu bibi mu station yiso, mu TV so, and my constituents were pushing it and asking me so much questions. Ya kocha 2016 I say yebefra aban no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at the Pra Bridge no ma contract.
Yeah.
I'm a contractor ne ba site. Ebe siesie site nyina start adwuma no. Ane yefra aban mu. Yefra aban mu no nyame adom na nado ba ye no wansesa contractor no. Ana ye bridge no. The whole project is just about half a kilometer. Just about 600 meters. Mehu omumu TV we should say MPP for so my town road what you for Timo kwa nyina si bi mpo ayi twufo praso town road ya ye ni nyina and wo mo jeje ho centrofo nkɔ na nado so aye infrastructure na animu guase. Listen, some of these things when you do, you disgrace the people because see why. And Crawford what you for praso ni say the most horrible, the most horrible, terrible road network ever in anywhere is Chufuprasu Town Road. Now you come and tell people, say, a bridge that was constructed. No, I know we put the contract in the Maya. 600 meters, so not even up to a kilometer. A pra bridge na ha, a cosi bridge nechi, a crooked web for Chufu, a crooked CB or your friend Chufu Damai, and I could do ho. Now we see why ye town road Chufu, a Timo town road Chufu Praso is disgusting. It's horrible. You see, a guya man of 4 years, must da ben ye be no cracker, a woman. Da ben a man of 4. Ye be one defeater near friend a defeater. That's ye one de kokwaya kasaya koko, da ben ya. Ye guya ni masi. So you see, do you know what? Politics in this country is not attracting the best brain. When him, for obiti say some journal. These are business powerful guys. For a wawuni pay Kessben. For obiti say a friend saying Kwame Despite in the brother. For obiti say Zoom Lion. For Womu, these are people who don't even want to come to politics. Do you know why? We are making politics look too cheap. And then you say, Ejuma ya phone nye ketia, eduani ebedi buaye ding. Where is the planting for food and job? And send eduani buaye ding say. When you say it, people think you are just talking. But that is the reality, dear wohonono. And then ejuma for cause strike. Nanadu anu nya udachuni. How to appoint another minister is what you are thinking about. How can we be doing this? Why should we be doing this to this country? Share. Ebra mu befa Ghana konwa we no. Bawomia woni nam na wo ye lecture. Ewo universities bia wo Ghana ha bia. Otabel say they also on here TV more here Animal Kingdom. And one man a cabro for akase Machiavellians and all that. And mountain nam ho mam enyansafwe mu wa hin say nyansafo no say so on kasabium no your text message. How can you be this disingenuous? How can you see when you do this, you make people feel very, very, very sad. How do you do this? And then ma temu kanchira kufuado say bawomia dede bebrebe na wo yese wo baye no na dollar near 3 cedi 90 pesos and na dollar na kodu 16 cedis and na bawomia onyansa no a wo di hwe. You see, bawomia is very disingenuous. Ye befa bawomia as running mate no ho no onye MPP ni o. MPP card kura no oni bi ni din ni register mo so MPP ni mpo. Ebra ye fa no Prof Akufo-Addo de beka na asem wo Alisa Hotel no. Aho ni ye card man no na nto ko ye card man no. Into 5 years a year da ho say wo be ye fa post sa wo MPP mo agisa onya 5 years or party ni mo no. Ye we even off. The entire year ni say sa ni say Akufo-Addo say ono de economy onya de onim ho hwe. Nemo bawomia na ye economic wizard. Inti yemfa nembra no mehwe na Ghana economy ni nye yie. Sabre no na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama adwenkase a owi abe. Ni dollar no aye 3 cedi 90 pesos. Enu na ma Akufo-Addo nya ahoden ko gina ho say 1 cedi $1 okay. Akufo-Addo ko fa wo bawomia ba ya nim guase na ade be ma no. Anu atam dollar from 3 cedi 90 pesos. Edward bedu 16 cedis. Ohene. Senka wona wo company. Ti se banks e wo Ghana ha. Ya wo hia 9 billion. Na wo di ashe bank ne mu. Na bank na ho di asore. Na Ghana fo nyina nya adwuma ayo. Se wona nka wo sa company no a. Ana yesi fa wo sika 28 billion. Begu bank no. Ghana fo nko tenefie. Na nka wo di 9 billion behwe na Ghana fo anya adwuma ayo no. Wo company anka de na wo beyo. Nanso bawomia adwenyansa odi ma akufo ado ni se yengu banks no mum yenfa 28 billion engu banks no mum said ye be ya Ghana fonko tenefie why yes na se wo dollar no
we don't have the records of vice president.
Why now is he not the chairman of the economic management team, or you don't know that he was brought purposely for the economy? You understand what I'm saying? You know, until he came just because of the economy. He wasn't an MPP card bearer, so he wasn't an MPP to be rewarded with a vice presidential position. He came only because of the economy. And now, we can say exchange rate to say, inflation rate to say, eduane boa to say, papa no kachira yen say, wa ye juma o Bank of Ghana, na hu hia se ye bekwa akobo bosia. Akbawomia, wo se ye hu hia se ye kwa akobo bosia. Inti ye di to asisi kwan nyina so a ye benya ye bagigi to levy. Near the aye kwan oba ye no adwene odi tu nanado trim ya wo mu ye ni se yenyi to boot ni mfiri ho na emom no ye fa yi levy mbra nso ba wo me na wotena Kwame Sefa kan show so e ka say yi levy no eye poor people and ye yi levy nti mami enji wo mu tax. You see, these people, they are taking us for fools. You see, so today Ghanaians are running away. Ghanaians are on strike. And can strike the one epe. Na nyanando no kachire says onu beye president, there will be no strike, and that workers' needs will always be attended to, and that there will be no strike, and that strike should not be the language that workers will speak to government for government to listen. Why are we doing this to ourselves? You see, when we do this, my fear and my worry is that this behavior is bringing the respect in politics to its lowest point. Listen, the image of Bawumia Akufo-Addo is in tatters. And that is what we are seeing today. You can't do this and just get away with it. And then Bawumia had a gut going around, say, Oba, obey taxes a free ho. Oba Hifa, you are a vice president. You are the chairman of the economic management team. You are the flag bearer of the party in government. So we betimi yi levy free ho. Yi free ho se si ane
okay.
Na dia na me ba Oba Hifa no obey necessary o we.
Okay. All right, honorable. Maybe I say I'll come back to you again. 19 after 8. Kessben. Mame enkai messages no be aba. Na yentua so any enkomo honorable Vondi ana what is okaza trifi atimbokwa mrashe bedwani no ewo NDC demo. We say good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm Arafat from Bono East. Greetings to you and your panelists in the studio. Great submission. My greetings to my NDC regional chairman UNESCO for Bono East. Thank you. God bless him. May I say any message with the Abba and Opay. Thank you for a message. You know, we say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Chief, we work tirelessly for the party and then well-being of Chifo Hasumji. I don't know. Almost our constituency and this one is from Chifo. I think we get nothing in return. Similar thing Ato did in the past and lost the seat. We are repeating, things must turn upside down before things get out of hands. Thank you. I don't really get the content of the message here. Baroski, Odiweyaba, or say, with due respect, Global Info Analytics survey, but once Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is gradually appreciating per his current survey, I can confidently tell you that something huge will happen come December 7, 5 months to elections, and nothing can really change. Regards to Bosomtwe DCU. Thank you for a message. With the abad, we say Ghanaians should not do a mistake for this NPP government. Living is too hard. Moses, at the way for Sefi Baby any Anna Ede Abba. Moses made us say any message, you know. We say good morning, Mr. Speaker. NDC NPP is enough. Let us vote them out from the system. They are the same character of errors and bring Alan to change the dynamics of our country. Richard Edwefree Dodowa Anna Ebaya. Richard, thank you for a message. I would I said the NDC man shouldn't insult our intelligence. 3 months salary thing was true under their regime. Collins, Edwefree Asante Bekwai, Anna Ede Ebaya. Collins, thank you. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. Watching you live from Discove in the Western region from CK Tanda. The NDC will win this year's general election by hook or crook. Thank you, CK, for a message. Ode Abba Anope Bedase. Let me do the last one now. Memra back for rebuttals. We say, good morning, Speaker. My name is Raja from Medina. Our leaders are not doing their job. This Akufo-Addo government has really messed up things. These were not the things we were promised. Thank you for a message. Ode Abba no. The very last one, Bofaso. Okay. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. Things must change. John Dramani Mahama promises nothing but the best and the hope for the people of Ghana. We live to see how things will turn out in December 7. We have a long way to go as a country. Thank you for a message. Anglebo, my 2 minutes for a quick rebuttal on this. Now, I young call the other substantive issues. Pacho, Mamin Kayati for say, Yatunsa Eddie Afre a year horrible Ayepe Wednesday be Adobaha. I think the while late kakra and if he's able to join, that's fine. But when to me a man's one not Yatuaso. Uncle Bo Maminjo.
Yeah, when him say the issue you can want some CC is a cost of living in the economy in general. Honorable MP here, my friend here, I can't some kakra. You see, I prefer honest discussions. Yeah, but kind of Kwame, I made a statement. We said our situation in the last 10 years, you're moving from bad to worse. Nobody can dispute to say it was bad under Mr. Mahama. Of course, for any economy to go to the IMF, the indication is that because if you won't call IMF. It was bad under Mr. Mahama. For instance, before Professor Thomas died.
Yes.
Now, Ghana's economy in sub-Saharan Africa was the best. In fact, our growth rate was 14.3%. Inflation was 9%. I mean, things were good.
But I don't know, Mekaisa said yes, here, no.
Oh, Professor Thomas time in the No.
Professor Doolittle.
No.
Yes.
No.
I mean, we called him a whole lot of
no, that's what I prefer honest discussions.
Okay.
In sub-Saharan Africa, check all the record. It was the best economy and one of the best in Africa. Into Ofimuna, Mr. Mahama took over. No, who said, "It was 6 months be and say about 2 elections." Until within 4.5 years, this promising economy with a growth rate of 14.3%, which was rising at the time, was taken to the IMF in 14.5 years, and we were left with a growth rate of 3.4 within 4.5 years. That's why I say I prefer honest discussions. Now, it was bad to the extent that we had to go to the IMF and experience doing so. So it was on the back of this poor performance into the Ghana for too massively for Nanado. But what did I say? Now the situation has moved from bad to worse under this current government.
This is the cry.
And the reason is, you see, let me tell you, he said something very interesting. When Adaji Bawumia or 170 questions,
Yes.
One farmer, Mr. Mahama, one farmer said, Tepe, or the Mapakwesi Misata.
The vice president.
The reason being that when it comes to the management of the economy, is the vice president who is in charge.
Okay.
So when he couldn't answer the 170 questions, I got for 12 and this economy share. The question is, why are you now running away from the economy? If Ubakaya, when the economy was doing fairly well at a point in time, Mr. Osafuma Fubaka said, or your press committee press, no, say, our vice president, who is the head of economic management team, he works as secretary, he works as chairman. And we are where we are because of him. He attributed the performance at the time, the fairly well performance at the time, to him.
You are a good analyst.
Now, the same person who received and he was nodding his head, no, Bonitinko, the same person who was nodding his head is now saying, I'm not the one in charge of the economy. Because the economy is not doing well. If this economy were to be doing well, take credit. Why am I saying so? Go to the Ministry of Digitalization, Communication Digitalization. That ministry is doing well. And the Oslowusu. That is why he has gone to take the credit. So my argument is that now Mr. Mahama has got the boldness to speak because his bad situation has been made worse by this government. But what's the argument I'm making? So that is why my argument is that should our lot be bad and worse? Can't you go good, better, best as a nation, considering all the resources we have? That is why some of us believe that we've had enough of NDC 16 years, MPP 16 years. And if you do, after 32 years, you need to look back. Maybe someone will say, system ya practice aboyen and amboyen. That is why my argument has always been there. There are a lot of Ghanaians, or Kabibi said, there are a lot of Ghanaians, they have the brains, the talent, and the minds to help. But the politicians, make the whole system so dirty, they don't want to come into the fray. The most important thing I say, let's go to the NDC, get their best, because we have some fantastic guys in NDC. Let's go to MPP. There are fantastic guys in NPP because of loyalty. I'm not in the parliament. So let's bring all of them together and form a government of nobody is losing out. When you form a government of nationality, if you're NDC, you are not losing out. If you're NPP, you are not losing out. If you are CPP, you are not losing out. So the system is our problem. This current system, winner takes all system. I call it 8-year cycle of state capture. Let's be honest. If NDC bar, everything goes to NDC. If MPP bar, that is why in Ghana today, political party card carries weight more than Ghana card. Because if you're going to look for a job, and somebody produces party card and you are only holding Ghana card, I am telling you the truth. That person will get it and you'll still be there, even though you make so much noise about Ghana card. So until we change this system, Mr. Speaker, let me tell you this.
Yes,
Mr. Mahama is coming for 4 years. It doesn't matter if it is 1 year, he can do something. If it is 3 years, he can do something. If he's coming for 4 years. The question is that when he had opportunity, as for Dr. Bawumia, no serious country will entertain such a person. And I'm being honest with you.
Why are you saying that to the vice president?
No, let's be honest with you. We are talking about, you see, the economy is about livelihood, though. Let me tell you, there are people who have gone into depressions, people who are stressed, who are under stress, people who are committing suicide. When the economy is not working, it's like the heart of the people is not working. So if you are put in charge of an economy and things are getting worse, look at the depreciation of your currency. Somebody from Benin, I just gave you Benin example. If you go to Benin, their interest rate, if you go and take loan from bank,
now we see from
yes, Benin interest, the interest rate to it is not up to 8%. We are Ghana in businessman or banker 35 to 40% interest rate on Betia. So countries are COVID more Russia Ukraine war now. Argentina, if you go to Ivory Coast, interest rate is about 7%. If you go to Benin, it's about 7%. If you go to Togo, it's less than 8%. But when you come to Ghana, it is more than 35%. How do you expect the Ghanaian businessman to survive by taking a loan of 35%? I mean, and you say you have managed this economy better. That is why Mr. Alan Chamartin's GTP, which promises to produce enterprise economy that will focus on the private sector. I've told you, the private sector is where the big deal is, because public sector, in terms of employment, it has become extremely inelastic. So you can't employ more people. You can only employ people. You can create jobs. You can create prosperity through the private sector, and that is what Mr. Alan Chamartin's enterprise economy promises to give Ghanaians. That is why every Ghanaian must get the opportunity to read this Great Transformation Plan. And if you read it, you know that this country must be in the hands of Mr. Lenchamanti.
Uncle Bob, say, Babinfa Asidani be Emma Eclipse Collateral Management for na Anope Eclipse Adaroma Pacho, one more a property management company. One more say me more wonkaye na me more money say what they a year or property document, you know, ebeda one more the be year juma na afi one more to your commission ewo ho. And what you know, while we a businessman and a businesswoman, open loan at the free bank be only collateral and pay Eclipse Collateral Management for say when you want more any income say when you want more kasa one more beboa one more be assist with the collateral a bit me ama onsa account facility a wash no one more check kwan one cry ha Abakan Street ewo Adenta new site and pay for one more on 0266999020 0266999020 and after 0302 551877 0302 551877 na one a year Eclipse Collateral Management for any enkomo anopay. St. Louisa local rice for other Roman Pacho, one more the Ghana more anunsu de pa. A made in Ghana rice, I am for Bibiano and Fremo anopay ope. A more a bema the natural taste a bema pomodeno a ye and pay no unnecessary woody St. Louisa local rice in Pacho drama in so baby and then biano one sa a bit to me akabi na what me to be aquaco yiso they teach you a more pretty restaurant more muye miane eton more moko event a hodo say ekoye miane nano we duani bia wuye biane uhia se wode emo and a beyeno and pay ss we so St. Louisa local rice one more and a papa say ye kase won wasi hwa eche and say and teach you and unti and pay ma wonsa me and can be afei mo a mo pese mo tu no dodo mo na ebeye mo business a mo beton na mo nso mo nya mfaso no wo mo aye ready say wo mo be mo aba be distributor enti anopay wo pese wo buy in wholesale quantities na wo nso koton enya mfaso a wo ne wo mo eni ensa wo so 0277 45242 0277452242 and after 0546 242343 0546-242343 na when it's St. Louisa any enkomo omo ewo La Paz adjacent the Ecobank eho ana obe hu omo pedi duro motua na when it's St. Louisa for Eddie enkomo 33 minutes after 8 Kessben. We are live on TV on Kessben television say uti or radio so 92.9 DSTV channel 364 Go TV channel 121 and afe oko multi TV digibox no so a unya yen mo amu yusu free to air no digital TV no so ubenya yen anope enti baby we are live and as well on Facebook and baby no your handles no juma ma remember the honorable von there so na mintie no na the Honorable Amin Adam, Ghana's finance minister, at the month-to-month report on our economy, no, the latest one, no, the omo issue here on the 1st of July, and 3rd July, into 2 days ago, and the finance minister, a briefing on mining on the current state of our economy. Mamin kind document womodia banimu kakra na afi yemfa yenkombo no enshase enfio. Current state of the economy, ladies and gentlemen, let me summarize some of the remarkable achievement we have witnessed in recent times. Generally, the macroeconomic environment continues to remain stable as government implement the IMF support policy. Growth is proving to be more resilient and robust than initially programmed, and the economy continues to show strong signs of recovery in the first quarter of 2024. The overall real GDP growth for first quarter 2024 stood at 4.7%, the highest since the first quarter of 2022. This growth performance is also better than the 3.1% growth recorded in the same period of 2023. Industry grew the most at 6.8%, followed by agriculture at 4.1% and services at 3.3% in first quarter of 2024. GDP growth for industry is the highest since the fourth quarter of 2020. Inflation is declining with a strong disinflation process since the beginning of 2023 in response to the ongoing fiscal consolidation, appropriate tightening of the monetary policy, and relative stability in the exchange rate. Headline inflation declined by 1.9% point to 23.1% in May 2024 from 25% in April 2024 after peaking at an all-time high of 54.1% in December 2022. Final one Amekano has to do with the exchange rate. Now, this is what the finance minister and government is saying. The cedi has been under pressure in recent times. However, the exchange rate has largely stabilized since 2023. Year-to-year date depreciation of the cedi against the US dollar is 18.4% compared to 22% recorded in the same period in 2023. The key measures we are implementing to deal with the recent depreciation include: 1, tightening the monetary policy by the Bank of Ghana; 2, deepening the ongoing fiscal consolidation program; 3, intensifying the gold for oil program and BOG's gold for reserves program as well; 4, anticipated forex inflows from disbursement from our multilateral and bilateral institutions as well as private sector financial institutions. This include: 1, the third tranche of IMF $360 million, which will be disbursed to Ghana by close of business today, Monday, 1st July 2024, following the IMF Executive Board approval for the second review last Friday. 4, the IMF fourth tranche of $360 million expected in fourth quarter of 2024 after IMF Executive Board approval for the third review. The World Bank tranches of $300 million expected in third quarter of 2024. And then finally, the disbursement from multilateral institutions, financial institutions, including the World Bank, and then the Garrett project, which is giving some $150 million as anticipated per the proceeds in 2024 and 2025. Cocoa Board syndicated loans, so about $1.5 billion in the fourth quarter of 2024. And the minister said these are some of the things, ever in place, ama economy, is stabilizing. And this is coming from the official update, Ministry of Finance, through the minister at the buy on Sunday. Honorable Mamintio, or Parliament, I believe, says documenting, we are very much aware of it.
Medaseminia. Wow. Say, Uno no who now srea. Na sebi nyesre papa bia no asre. Abai womo sebi mpreduasa. Entro ani kasa wone kan adi dada Ghana fo no. Eya dosun dodo. Seriously no. Say finance minister etimi ekujina ho na no call London. Or Daniel on the whole prophet. Or say, wash the city tomorrow. The city will perform well. Wash it tomorrow. Now, all Casa wash the city tomorrow. No, not the city was 15 city, 20 pesos. Or Casa wash the city tomorrow. Adichi and that city now could do 15 city, 50 pesos. And that the city will perform well. You see, Menria, finance minister, made my friend the domestic finance minister. You were another finance minister or international borrowing finance minister or
but on record, maybe
on record, no. A friend is saying the Otremukwaye kind of have been given the assignment to monitor the international market and borrow money wherever he finds it. And borrow money wherever he finds it. So he's the international finance minister in charge of borrowing. Anna Adam so abaya domestic finance minister. Inti Adam say advice and the man say oh aya nanado danko akufado ni bawomia government mu na wo ye adwuma no inti me panichew the kasa ne ya doso dodo wa kasa dodo on sinitras no hwe book no no nye adwuma na kasa no ya doso dodo.
But you see, you appreciate so by
it is not true. And yama be na ekoyie. And yama ye turn market ɛno na ɛsoate ana wo kɔtɔ tomato ene a sɛdeɛ ne bo wonim sɛ na anu ya sanso to petrol mu ya to diesel mu ani anuama nyina ya tututu mu electricity bill water bill ni nyina akɔsoro wɔ ne under him wonim saa
ɛno sɛ no mo de ato hɔ dada
wonim sɛ
1st July
wonim sɛ na ni ada no obeye dede sasidi ni beye so nim sɛ nneɛma ya hyehye ato no obehwɛ so keka ada no obeye dede sasidi na ayeye ade bɛkye na sidi no kɔsoro wonim sɛ me ne wo kasa sesi ayi Ghana fo ahokyere a wo mo wom no kwa na ɛkɔsoro ahokyere no kwa na ɛkɔsoro hwɛ ebinsi Ghana bakɔsɛm da sɛ nka wo ye adwuma na wonye sika kakra ni esi fa kwa ya ade a protocol me friend investment a enka government bond eno na ye the safest investment in our country yes wo de sika kɔbɔ aban bosia eno no de enka kasa bie ni ho enka wonim se kan ne ken wo sika no won sa beka into wo behwe no the coupon rates are not as high as private investment fanso this kana koma ebia other institutions say omonfa nca ma the government investment bond no was the safest. Mini wo kasei Nana Dobdan Kwakufuado superintended over by Mahamadou Bawumia. Wamama Ghana ha aban investment na yet the most risky investment. Sawodo sika kotu ha aban to me din sika wo wia or the nesia be bo wudi no maka kira wo say no sika na odi abeto ho no wafa so we di 80 years o so we di 90 years o we say after 10 years and so be twetwe sika ni bi after 5 years and so be timi twetwe ni bi ena me ne wo ka say enkrofo wodu panindie mu a yare bi ti say diabetes e bi ti say hypertension to extent yenia nka say mama Gloria former chief justice ekopikitin ye ewo finance ministry dia boni na NDC MPP Ghana for CPP gum afafranto ehifo Ghana for nya dia boni ne dia ye Akufo-Addo ni Bawumia dia boni ne dia ye mo menua ena me no kase no se wo aboso kan na wo tie mi a Kessben minim se mo amwo koma se mo tie ye bebre mo hwe yen se wo wasuame na wo hwe mi a se wo friends magazine na wo hwe mi a se wo kokompe na wo hwe mi a se John Dramani Mahama abreso no se wo pe $100,000 no akofa nuoma spare part abeton a wo hia 3.9 billion 390,000 Ghana cedi no wanya $100,000 no no akofa wo nuoma abeton ena me no kasei no sabre no eni enya matemu ayedede se nyansafuo wehe eno man ena aglo ukaya aglo be a glow for Jesus no man you quotation hu so man oni pa body bet no man so a o man si apini ekwemimini da ebe wa frade anya tuntum ni kokko ni enkonkobo odi man paibo be a glow enenu a glow for ni wehe ene wo pe $100,000 akofa sa nuoma na nka wo be kwa akofa beton no wo hia 16 billion Jesus 16 billion ansan wetimi akofa sa nuoma no aba beton ene Professor Maakye sesese no na no ya permanent text message no wo ekrom ha ne wo aglo for sese anu yanto ayeyi nyum o emebra de ayeyi nyum adan ya MPP women organizers me form aglo no minimum ka say Ghana for ye twantro akere ye ho ma kere say na nado ni Bawumia dada ya ma na hwede ya koduro ena minimum ka say hwede a ayi ye friend say asetene mu atie wo pe loan agia wo nya bi wo wia na finance minister sesi ayede wa bei nka hweso na ye adwuma na agi wudin ye woni nam na wo tia nkom sha wo be hye bia nya yie adan na finance minister wetimi akwa ka kire woni ayedi wo mo ka se wo ka no pia kwa nchiri kakra nso wo de ne pia kwa nchiri kakra ni anya kwan sanso puruka ni bi nwom tie me John Mama Breso no we be fra bem no na Ghana ye ka ye different kuma Breso abesi ene no 2016 be ko no na ye 120 billion nkrofo ba ye omudi more than 670 billion e di aka ho wo bisa wo mo se ɛdeɛ na mode sika no ayɛ a nti daakye sika no bɛtumi atua ne ho kakrankra te sɛ deɛ Jɔmaama sii Terminal 3 ɔsii KJTA market ɛsii schools ɛne hospitals bebrebe no Akufo-Addo ntimi mfa ne nsa ɛnkyerɛ ade baako so deɛ ɔde over 670 billion no ayɔ menua nti sɛ yɛkɔyɛ a ne yɛbaayɛ planting for food and job yɛ a mokaa yɛi ɛnyɛ adwuma wotu ɔmo fo so a wɔn ntie I have given these people copious idea intelligence what to do to make this economy run. I don't even take money from them. Mfa. And I heard Oma ye. No so kwa jina ka kire economy na bounce back. Really? Please, I mean,
thank you.
And stop the talk.
The Honorable Vondi, Chief Achimwaka Brashebe on the ticket of the NDC. Now, the Honorable Samuel Ayepe, former member of Parliament for Ayensuano, and then representing the New Patriotic Party are joining Honorable, and then they were late Kakramachi.
Yeah, new minia. Mesre.
Yeah,
mesre. Weti fu kakra. Na masra o ene mempe no fu amino machia wa ha.
Me kwapemini.
You mete.
E kwafo you. O say me pacho you.
Baby a mete no se member ha gise me yusu ofanko Achimota Circle Road no. Ena yusu no etoye no age kwan no half back. Anti traffic na was no very heavy.
Okay.
Inti mfa ncheme.
Yaje tu.
Mechia wati FBM. Na mechia menu na minim sanka owo mere. I say oti hasi ono ne kwatu so de ohuni a ekoso ho. Na kakra bi a intine yede eyi tracker bi abatuga ye fe performance tracker.
Okay.
Performance tracker no eno na okọ district bi a obehu na wa ye ho. Na mra metie no wakam no ma meba no na me call performance tracker no so na me hwe se eti twifu eti mokwa madam for na bo odum the rice master in the constituency
yes
yes nti via hwe wo ho ye ba power yi wa nya hwe wo ho na ye fi pa ye nya hwe eti me call tracker no so na niam me ko hu wo ho me nwa se ye na se ye nya kwan betena TV ini radio Kessben so ne yakasa e o se yama yensem na yeka no e yentisa wo kasa yi obi wo twifu etimokwa ho a owo baby twifu praso a otiu a onim se lord kwan a efi twifo ko praso ko asenfosu ya upgrade no ama never na kwan no so eyeyo e hono no so fa because okọ twifu praso be fa asenfosu nti MP no kasa onam sa kwan no so na fi wabetra no kan tantan se kwanye na yentumi emfa Ghana sika nyina nko one district ni yenkoye ho akwan nyina na nkaefo nso mre nti se wo twifu etimokwa na loro kwan a efi praso kwa asimfosu ya ye ni ye first class na wona mso ya ha se wo gyetom se aban no ayade se wo fi twifu esimokwa na loro kwan efi Eduja Junction eko nyinasi ekwe Eduja Kutu Krom road owa ha kan krom bosu yanko onim ya upgrade kwan na wona so first class na ne betra radio so na wokaka sa nsem ya na gise wankasa no I don't know nti ye basra no bebre pahini si abuogwan osi ono oja nanan e de asei efeneden abonten onu ya nidua ho na osei ye nuanom NDC fo ye besre won especially when you are a member of parliament now but now reduce here ye wo niam bi a ye mogu ye friend mogu so ku apeni gase mogu a nsem bi a wo kan enye serious na metie minua a ofia fafanto by ebo look at you do any nsem okaka na bi wo ma mmere wo ma chirechire mu de but look at the way we articulate in issues no is say what how we tie na when na nya adwene kura otum so issues here already these are the main issues are you betumi achirechire mu mo no so ate ase but so betna na as a member of parliament in sembi a okaka na mitete am ya wa fie nti wa asori nti menkan kwa chi meja no ha na won aya no we create impression bi say debt says ya Ghana we saddled ourselves with
658 million
MPP abain and na yakobo sakan. It is not true. Nanu beche mu ha. Which is anko ha. Say, so person we share the value of a debt of a country. We shall maybe kaya de ne kaya ba. Eh, Bibiana, ye person ye compare it to percentage GDP. Because at the moment I'll be expanding the base. The base of your GDP, it affected the the numerator. It affected the cost of the debt. Into certain biya kasa yen tias ni who said President Kufuor efi omenyi makono as a president oja yen a car after he pick 26% GDP. Ye NDC are buying and obefa yen from 26%. No, the yen cost 73%. We should bear in mind, say NDC at the end 73%. And a year rebasing, and a rebasing the about 56%. And a year be take over every rebasing. We did the rebasing in 2018, and at the end 56% now they champion themselves. Say work on now debt to GDP. 56%. It was 73%.
Yes, but honorable, even if say no now the year Juma, or person you use the rates of our GDP to our debt ratio. Even as we speak currently, your debt to GDP, is over 83%.
They are making some raise point.
Exactly. So
it is a woman me kwanya and Kaubeti. When they say 83%, you 26, if you 56, moving 30. Is that not it? Now you 56 from 84, now that's what we're here. Near you say, Hina no boka, Eddie Jawi, huh? Been your Abatina, MP. I can say, and you see a Bank of Ghana, and you see Way Hospital, and you see Bisasi, and Yamabubo Dino, number 10, now who challenging is a bimpo, Professor Melsa Pencil, and as I am away, a bio. Besides, a money away in a Wuchia cat and Sana Woko. You see, Sab, Bosiana, what ball left, right, center. And what did you want for him? He say, one way, yes, I am. I've failed and Nanado down quad Dr. Bawumi, Bengi, Yagusia Yetiaka. And when I car, yen to mean chia, and say a quarter restructuring. And then Nanado down Kwakufadu buying and or de Ghana, aqua debt restructuring system. Me person me kana negana nibiara utie Kessben TV FM say. Eye car NDC boja ho me je to mu pefe say MPP yanso ye ba no ya be bobo sia ni bi aka ho na a car ye tutu say no most about 70% eye car NDC breso wo boy na adu emra so say wo see etua yes ya hwe pa MPP a car ye boy no interest on it and ye etua say e biara no and the principal no aso say etua principal you tua yen to mean tua and here called debt restructuring aya debt forgiveness of $4.7 billion no aya ndc ka wo boy it's aya mo metrem ye gitomo finance minister utie na o gitomo say ahokere ho the press conference you kan president Nana Akufo-Addo wachi atomo say ahokere abagana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wachi atomo me ameti here metigana ha minimum say be on the 2 weeks or the 10,000 man a year come market 10,000 Ghana cedis. No position when now you any say 10,000 Ghana cedis now you have BNB I would come market and so. And see with taste and your choice.
Coming to the economy.
Baby I pass up a market ni opposite when no year no maba nan no can woody. And on no measure. And fan Ghana for say son say maybe HM na me na me yere na member ye the 2,000 cedis every 2 weeks and ye the 10,000 cedis and no measure.
Yeah, but so
be one income.
I don't see a Ghana.
Oh, you Ghana ni me jetumu. But time be ya the average Ghanaian situation here the example. And you be on no for say so ko Miami, no ko di holidays. No ko no whiskey akese. No ko je won ani anya no asam na ye kase sei. And you be on every 2 weeks be on the year the 10,000 Ghana cedis. And you know who has some of the say. And you market, grocery market. Yaka grocery market. Ukakoto niyama be yusu fie keke. And no pack 10,000. And you know who has some of the yaka. Mumi share the average Ghanaians. And you see Gloucester will say, strike. Mumi share grocer. You show one some of the yanka. Yes, training teachers.
Yes,
that was strike.
Colleges of
education. This is the nsɛm ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdwe ho ne yɛka the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yes, but our party ne wa bɛn mo enti all these things, because we hear closer for the year, they are telling you say there is a new salary model. I mean, that situation any are buying, but a buying is failing to implement it.
And it's a na yenuanom and this fu be gina ho no what the capital out of it aye wo menma nipa call strike. Na president no be gina bontin president Mahama be gina kontin say ono do you gwanfunu into ontio bia. What ya wa hwe ase da wo sura ase hwe. And that's the penny and Santo Abana man. Yenim, every Samaria. Oh, workers. Ejuma yafu nyinara a wape asika ejuma ntum ejuma yafu a won collective bargaining agreement no. Yentumi anya ntum ye no fosa abato bere aso. This is the time I made the pressure eto abanso ya me sabeka ne ameka me hia. Nti anya me wonwa say strike in Adiba. Na yebe kosyara say ministers no ebe engage won na won wo bekasa no ga kire mu say mere akabusuma sia ne baba osebusuma an anum ne baba to abai yentumi enye ni nyina samiri ema adwumayefo nyina san kane a wo pansa ne ato aba nti won hia won na do meet from halfway say nipa ne petaku na ma no tra me je di say obeshomu ansa na se chiri nsem bi ho a wona naka nti aban eguso a oya ahobo ne saafo no ehia gloscaf won wo ehia on several occasions nti e be stress won koso ya no won wo ehia san se du samiri ya san na ma we ewo ho 6 months to 5 months to elections so bia be pese ni a ohia fi aban chen no ne nsa beka no watumi de aye adwuma nti ni aye me kan se e ka ba ye tua no enye MPP kai be boto honko ni yetua metuma kase ni yende no kura out of even 100% no yende e wo due for now for payment I ma saddle with this ni about 30% it mo ntina se enkasa asifu se MPP ni by 2017 to date and the was
the presumptions are that I don't think so can say NPP na mabo sa kanina or start baby akofo di be see any baby atamos any Mahama buy no a free
some from 26% to 73% rebasing coming to 56%
exactly but
and then to 84% if it's 84% there been a recent
before you went to the IMF it was very instructive. Say IMF ne catch mo say momfa a year other state agencies e ka bosi a wo mo abobo like Cocoa Board like ECG ni nyina no mo de keka ho na afi mo ho accumulated public debt it was over 105%
winning
our GDP
say mama church lo
and why debt restructuring maybe Arab I'm asking the questions and maybe so anwe and why debt restructuring mo ye debt restructuring on 25th of May Bank of Ghana Kasai Bank of Ghana says say your current ratio to GDP in terms of debt 83.6%. Now projections are one more even in 2029, you bet me ababa bedrew 69.7%. Whilst the IMF ABC Mobram do 50%. How will you be able to achieve this?
I was say wishing and say NDC focus work on not debt to GDP 56%. One who say no a year government debt because you were government debt and the public debt. Public debt is equal to government debt plus institutional debt. That will give you the public debt. It's a IMF no. Now your debt to GDP was around 93%. And I'm going to know that is the government debt. Let's put all debt, including institutional, Cocoa syndicated, a better agreement of the syndicated, Sino Hydro, and all other debt, including one more debt equal to na a wadi system na tere Wokutuka International Airport. Nanya public debt, and yet government debt, yet the tax, airport tax, and the Kwaji Salon. IMF made in account. It is Yakasi. Oh, and a number 104%, number 7%. And you should not forget to say 1 medicine. A man who was proud of some was 56%. Some common institutional debt can and they will go way above 90%.
Even when they went to IMF in 2015.
Exactly, IMF and first our condition now you. But the experience they had.
How comes IMF the condition no?
Yeah, because nature of them I say or the experience they had. NDC, bring your debt. And what a debt to GDP of 56% no, that one is around 73% and I am a fracture will see. We are not NDC go behind the scene and asking institutions to go for loan. Well, IMF for now you can't go and borrow. They were using institutions to borrow. From that experience, IMF can say, Sadia, see a system will be a more for institutional debt, and for more a government debt, near the total public debt, so that we can treat it. No more fiachi uncle Bosnia. Alpha institutions being ding uncle Pebosia, Alpha project, say a Bank of Ghana project here, hospital. Iti nyame pesa meka na Ghana for United say Ghana for ntiase agya to ahoche wo ho.
Say say ya where say Bank of Ghana call for government say omo reimburse wo mo.
Yes, identity banks
see that say Bank of Ghana be calling for reimbursement.
Anya no kwam say ABSP. ABSC some Bank of Ghana wo ma omu to make confirm. Now government no I reimburse no
but to the best of my knowledge I don't remember in the last 10 years
be one kai for the best
NTJ are buying the security
and a bin see that say or how to say COVID beba na economy should be grow 0.4% Ghana ha e bin see that or how beba to the point to see about two new memu you better a promise money per be and see abonting yes teacher for better for almost 1 year near Chiamaka. What's a Bank of Ghana so called print sika. No de ma buy no the chia ni per tifia and quadruma or the feeding the per share them I want to me. Our economy grew by 0.4%. The business see that. It is a young reserve grew by 6.6 billion. Almost 3 months cover. And that's I am a Bank of Ghana now we are what the boy during the COVID time no we here sika they are reimbursed one here to make offer $6.6 billion within a very short time here to make build it as a cover import cover and as a be a reserve near be assist one a bright or man kwa huchiri mu ahokaka ni eja moyoro it is ya kwa huchiri mu na say economy grow 0.4%. Na ya to them mo be ensi abontin about nu aduan no de akoma nipa wodam teacher for tifie ye tua wonka nurse for age allowances you have to waive their taxes nurse ne Bank of Ghana akofa sika de ababu ayen na won akwa ahochiri so okay na mo ya ya de bu amuni nti mo ayen ni yensan nyina ye nan so bi what is wrong with that? Me I don't see anything wrong with that.
Very well.
I feel yes.
All right, but you know see for
Messi film no yes say ye nua no NDC fo me ba no me te say na me nua eka etutu no ho enema NDC aye some me I don't like his choice of words anyway me metra me didi President Mahama former president me did not attempt and calling by names but the most important thing is say no hu ato no na the 10,000 cedis every 2 weeks. You shouldn't use that as a yardstick. No, the ordinary Ghanaian na wakwa huchiri mu no na abanyi egusoto tetenema a ene nyame adom ye car NDC di jaw yen ayen so bebo bi ka ho no ene yenya debt forgiveness of 4.7 billion yenya debt suspension of about 4.4 billion yet me suspend for now ibitua no echiri nti eye enigesem kese edemomani ebema ye ho han yen
na kodim no eno ye enigesem
na wo tika na wontumi ntua
ye tu kana say that's ye betua no
yes ya wo obi karo sekai wo de wi me de about 37% me de acha ofa na aka no kra no so abetua no ntua sisi ansa twen 2 years 3 years time no na fia situa na fe toto woni amayi enye enigesem.
All right, better say aglebo you wrap up na yan sorry so me no aso. Yes, yes.
I think time will not permit me. I will address the issue of economy power, but you let me say this. Let's be, you see, say Menjin see the Honorable Menyanko Otenahe, Sagana any personal company. Ncha managers or managing the company called Ghana. Ncha this managers will continue managing his company. Sagana any personal company. Also don't make profits. Also be share number. Also be a Jepazema number. Nche onka the managers or manage economy should continue managing the economy. Let's be honest with ourselves. And see, we need to be more Ghanaians than belonging to political parties. We should be more Ghanaians and be truthful to ourselves. You see, what is happening to this economy is simply this. We manage this economy with borrowing.
Okay.
Economy beyond butum a succeeder. You look at the production sector of the economy. Because every country beyond your exchange rate is more or less the heart of the economy.
Okay.
So if you are managing the economy, you need to protect the exchange rate, like you protect the heart of the economy. You do things that will sustain the heart of the economy. But we were borrowing to shore up our forex strength. Into Eda, we close the capital market to us. We were exposed. This is a government that promised to move from taxation to production. You see, if you move from taxation to production, what you do is that you increase production. The productive sectors of the economy become expanded. So agriculture, industrialization. Maybe you can add tourism, because tourism also brings in more foreign exchange.
Inflows, yeah.
Yes. So when you are managing the economy, now for example, one district, one factory, who's supposed to be a flagship program to expand the productive sector, which is the industrial sector of the economy. For 2017, not even a cedi was disbursed to that sector of the economy. Then, all the noise we are making about one district, one factory, 400 million Ghana cedis was what was spent on one district, one factory. NAPCO, which is money given to people that will not come back on your productive sector of the economy, you spend almost 4 billion Ghana cedis. But you get the argument I'm making.
Yeah.
So, instead of you to manage the economy in a way able to make more foreign exchange through exports, able to reduce your import through import substitution. In other words, chunk of your money must go into that productive sector of the economy, because you need to add value to your agricultural produce. So first, planting for food and jobs was even, the concept itself was wrong. If you look, that is why we have the result we have. Because if you are an economy like Ghana's economy, which depends more on import, which your currency is not a strong currency if you get exposed. That's why I'm saying that you need to focus on export. That is why I'm saying that going forward, the issue is not even the mistakes they have made.
Okay.
The issue is that after making all these mistakes, Obia and you are, and this in MPP, all the solution are by Abraham. Apart from Mr. Alencha Mantin, the solution to solve our problems, apart from destroying this economy, they are comparing their figures. President Kufuor time, the debt was this about 9 billion. It rose to 122 billion, and now it is 600 and something. They are talking about figures, but none of them, 4 months to election or 5 months to election, none of them has come out with a solution. And over the years, what has been the solution? Manifesto promises. That is why we are running in circles.
Okay.
And I'm saying that moving forward, my candidate, Mr. Alencha Mantin, being part of this government and now checking out, has now developed the blueprint for the management of the economy. I gave you the 101 factory. Because of internal politics, the government had to shot itself in the foot, because financing or putting more investment in 101 factory is going to show up maybe the political image of Mr. Alencha Mantin. That is why a very important program like 101 factory had to receive that mega budgetary allocation over the years. So I'm saying that the solution is in the GTP, and this is how the GTP is. In GTP, Mr. Alencha Mantin professes solutions to the economy. See, the economy is, I'm telling you, virtually we don't have an economy, to be honest with ourselves. And I'm saying that Alhaji Bawumia doesn't have the solution. Mr. Mahama, I personally say that Mr. Mahama had the opportunity to manage this economy. He took rising economy to the IMF. I wonder what he can do with the economy that is already under IMF.
Okay.
So the solution lies with GTP, Mr. Alencha Mantin, and his enterprise economy, which will lead to prosperity and job creation and a brighter future for all. Because that is what we need as a country. Let's stop playing NDC and NPP politics. I asked myself, some of the MPs are my friends. I asked them, you said Mr. Alancha was better than Alhaji Bawumia when he was in NPP. Now you say Alhaji Bawumia is better than Mr. Alancha. What has changed? Is it because Alhaji Bawumia is riding on the back of a political party and Mr. Alancha is going on as independent? Or because suddenly he has become better than him because he is better than him? Do you get the argument I'm making?
Yes, exactly.
So the point I'm making is that if you want the best for this country, the best at this time is Mr. Alancha. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Thank you. Horrible. 30 seconds in the main comment.
It's easier said than done. So,
you think so?
Putting something on paper.
It is never.
My pen and paper now say mention how to reverse Ghana's economy. I'll put it on paper.
But there's a track
record.
A
track record.
But
the man who created the biggest project in Africa, the most important project in Africa.
But so say this is the situation. Who said President Kufuor, but fuel, but this boom, maybe easy, Mupanchame. Made a mental society, you himself, my president, Mills, because so maybe health insurance, one-time premium, him about the Pamacho, ain't possible. A president, a horror abeka. Inti say young Fapepani and Chilu Bibi, your PowerPoint presentation, maybe a SMS, a year who be back with him. You mentioned it, I'm your woman about. No more, you perceive my Ghana for to say. Governing a country like Ghana, no, and yet be an independent candidate.
It is never true. It is that is the way forward. It is never true.
Party be a sponsor into government. Obama support the men who can do the work for you.
The interest of the party. Yes, that's what he's saying. Obi a party as sponsor so that you come and serve the interest of the party, not the country.
And Ghana.
That is what is happening.
And Ghana. The party is the subset of the
ATTC school. Now when they were more Edding Komo, and pay report one more on 0245 153283 0245 153283 and after 0263 007 922 0263 007 922. Now when the Bay Port any and Komo and pay one more Joseph Film Art Institute Wadaroba Pacho one more Ebema or Banning Tetia Pa Amanababe or Pabene Ewan Sem Trejuma ye mo and pay Obano any Jamudia Pacho make it a point now and pay Kopiemo Ewo School or Ewo South Odoko Aliu Mahama Road Neso na pick your phone 100 Ghana cedis pay na and pay say wouldn't a year film at for Edin Komoa but one more 70% practical now one more the 30% theory and they appear was so any about from Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays and a year lecture hours no na afi wobano ababejinim dia pa and pay person wobano be pabenin kwadia but as I said when a film at for Eddie and Komo for one pay on 0549 655 649 0549 655 649 now when a film at for Indian Komo and pay 16 after 9 Mami Kona mini Obatampa Indi and Komo of a was in a Trasiano pay Mami Emanachi na memano Akwaba na meneno Indi and Komo over matching and Pum to say
92.9 Speaker many asamunde ana eba
and say boy and Komo
and any post-it I sound asam
okay
said the any majuma ne se me hwe post-it yade anu ne yade a yankopon adom me ama mo aduru a me de hwe ayarefo post-it yade a ehun aduru se ni ho saa me kasi me bo se post-it abofu duru a de ma wo hospitals finasteride ne tamsulosin hydrochloride no adwudwe yade no anase adwudwe ujunso na ujunso no na eden bebre na se but en support ni yade enunti akoma post yade no ay yade bia enhu eni edoni ho saa na yame na adom me am medru a enemre me de hwe ayarefo a ewo post mu sintimtia se ya obi a wotiminka we ye ben man kwa na we di best 40 years e kwa tiemiye tiemiye because bit about say ubenya post at any time. A one year every 40 years economy post na post ni member yade. Na a post a honama kwa bi a bata ejunso twa no ho. Na numu na dudu be na ejunso ejunso free ejunso twa no mu ba ye be mamu no enam. Esanso boama se be ma no ba hia nsuo na eba be ma no ho no. Boa de nsuo bi boa be ma no ama ne sperms ntumi ba oba no ho. Na saa akwa no ho a ehono abofo frɛ no enlarged prostate.
Okay.
And now benign prostatic hyperplasia. Na no na say eba adia doctor say and say e mo drobiti ti say hydrochloric tamsulosin hydrochloride another finasteride and adwo odwonso no eba e ma odwonso pii anajo eba ma odwonso pii anajo jonso kan na mo hwan ya ha na o ya adwonso egu ho ana so jonso kan na ko janso odwonso a kwansi na untumi jonso e ana so se mama odwonso a odwonso no e matin se de eseba pressure very slow ebetua ma odwonso buja ebetua ma osisi ayo ya mama sambe kofom ebetua ma odwonso egu ho awonim se odwonso egu ho na sa no mani na no enkamfa no mu a behwe na that ko be so se obadwonso no na jonso aka wa ya ase na ese yeko wo de hospital na show rubber ansa na otumi aden adwonso rubber otumi oban utran ye wo otumi show sa ko iso bewuo na sa honam akwa na ye kese no eno ho aduro na memanya mede ma wa ema adwodwo sa akwa na ye kese no ema ni sin dadam ema susu so ma bobodi na ye den efiri ho ema ho to a chese me kan bofu me kan say ebe shrink prostate no ama na akofom asina dam ama hu susu anso amabodi na afiri ho enti na mama de bia me ka say so obi so opposite do cha me oboa because enduro a system mu ina no e ya enduro a e de manage ojunso no se de be ya bia wontumi junso a obejunso ana ojunso pia e be kofom na mo prostate na ade kofa bae na kofa how no bae de e se chire ye kese enti gusu ye kese ni ina no nsusu aso bae na bibia kese so a ehono a se eye kuro enti nsusu aso bae na eye kuro a eno ne se omuso nya prostate cancer eno na do be ko ensedo no prostate na be kuro no eno na do be ko ensedo na eno na memanya aduru a ya miadom se prostate na ye kese a edon dwodwo no se rubber na ya shawa onuma aduro no a ma rubber na ya den prostate shinki a ebe rubber na ya den afiri ho because emre bi abanti ba ha be di adanse a ma na aduro no ho ato na ne depo ne ba yes na ehina ya se oni go de ehina ya se afa ehina bemam a ne yeyi a no ho ato no a onam ho enti mitumi kasi me bu se prostate aduro de yami de sa cha de de acha me ni padudo na be makache a me hwe om bisinde obi akwa no ho to no uba makwachi mu edo kwa ho beto ba homies enu ntina me bodo ro se opposite na ikese ana ya show rubber ana si wonya cancer bra oba mamu oduro ama ho ato mo makachi a yo video ho be show video free no ultrasound scanner be show video aye setting say ampa wo prostate na fe se de tie no ya hweso ama ho aduro ama akonom ama ho ato enti no se wotimi ne a na ni masem tetia ne se enemre se wo prostate a ma wure ho mandwin se bi unu bi papa bi enya prostate mani kun no enem minti obi obenya prostate no awo ndaso se no ho beto no de se o ya ne se obetu na mo apamachi akwan apamachi akwan kwa de a o prostate se de tie bia no wo ho beto ene la bia me ka se ministry of health betima sipa e de medroi amanko for hospital se obinya prostate aba na so ba na se omhwe ni moja mu so prostate na mo bedo ma o ma ko bi ni ho be shan catheter ko bi ni ho e be shan rubber ana so bi obeka se ni prostate aye cancerous debi because edun no ma e shinge prostate na asate ye kese na sai kese no enfon se de ni kese se de tie e be shinke na ma ho ato no nipa bebra me hwe omo a ya hwe omo rubber e bi yi omo de e bi usuguso a omo no aduro no a minim se omba reviewer ekoma minim se on so e dey be yom de ni se wotumi kan so prostate a enemre prostate enkuni pabiem minti medro ninti post de nkuni pa biem na ntisa kamaka say post won yanya post earlier if be until say me adro we obi onya post be ku no enku a na ya fofo bi na be ku say ya na be ku nso na chese bia say ya na bank post na be ku because obi onya post bia ku no because then hu adro ni ho sa ebe ya kodu cancer na afi na de okọ nti wotimi nka na o post ana so odu so student so amekan no hu bi o ababo mu a pamachi akwan men trans ntwentwa mane ngwechire ansa na waba pamachi akwan animanimu ya na mo aduma ansan enshinke no ma ho nto ena de meka ba kun so ne se emfa ho ne labura wadu o post no mu wo ba wo beto me ye adwuma free Monday up to Friday.
Okay.
Efo enti metumi kasi me bu se positive do de ya me de sa cha de e de acha me ni padudo na be makache a me hwe om besin de obi akwa no ho to no wo ba makache mo do kwa ho beto ba homies enu ntina me bodo ro se u positive na ka se ana ya sho roba ana si wonya cancer bra wo ba mamu oduro ama ho ato mo makache a yo video why be show we dem free friend ultrasound scanner be show we dem ay setting say ampa wo post na fe say the tie no ya hweso ama ho aduro ama akonom ama ho ato entunu say wotimi ne a na ni masem tetia ne say enemre say wo post a ma wure ho man dwen say bi unu bi papa bi enya post de mani kun no ene minti obi obenya post no awo ndaso say no beto no de so ya ne say obetu na mo apamachi akwan kwa de a o post say de tie bia no wo ho beto ene la bia me ka say minister of health betima sipa e de medroi amanko for hospital say obinya post aba na so ba na say omhwe ni mo jamu say post na mo do ma ma ko bi ni ho be shan kateta ko bi ni ho e be shan roba ana so bi obeka say ni post ay cancers debi because edun no ma e shinge post na asate ye kese na sai kese no enfon say de ni kese say de tie e be shinke na ma ho ato no nipa bebre amehwe omo a ya so omo roba e bi yi omo de e bi usuguso a omo no aduro no a minim se omba reviewer form a minim se on so e dey be yi omo de ni se wotumi nkan so post a enemre post enkuni pabiem minti medro ninti post enkuni pabiem na ntisa kamaka se post won yanya post earlier if be until se me aduro we obi onya post be kuno enku a na ya fofo bi na be ku sa ya na be ku nso na chese bia se ya na bank post na be ku because obi onya post bia kuno because then hu do ni ho sa ebe ya kodu cancer na afi na de okọ nti wotimi nka na o post ana sa odu so student so amekan no hu bi o ababo mu a pamachi akwan men trans ntwentwa mane ngwechire ansa na waba pamachi akwan animanimu ya na mo aduma ansan enshinke no ma ho nto ena de meka ba kun so ne se emfa ho ne labura wadu e o post no mu wo ba wo beto me ye adwuma free Monday up to Friday.
Okay.
A free 8 o'clock up to 5 o'clock. Oba watum ho ama hwe pepepepe ya di mfide ba hwe redeem ahwe sampa wo post ene nansa no enura obi ba me nche free of abuchi da bai oba ya hwe no so oni cancer me so oni cancer oni prostate abuchi omo say omo say jaba omo any operation say dey and me hwe no ni hwe me so ma we ni prostate nti we betumi ayi akọ osine ne mama do mi kono mfambo me ho ban and then my first na obi frame say opeso mama na do ndebo no ho ban a metumi ka chance da bi wunya enlarge ya ehu hia ne mum ma hwema hu say wo ho na say wunya nya positive kwa na bra na at least every 6 months bia no ndo no bi say there be ya ebe prevent it from coming chance ebe ba na why then was ano enu be better because bonus prevention is better than cure inti that some my human who say obi a onya bi no betumi anu medo no asi ehu kwan chance o mama ya de ba ansan ya hwe o wa hwe no inti ende meti ha na masam tie ne say wo positive a ende uni how
very well
minti uba uhubeto.
Afa check kwan na numbers.
Very good. Me number is 0553
0553
800
800
678
678
0553
0553
800
800
678
678.
me wo fifi plat last stop ewo kaswa yin no contemporary so uduru kaswa bisa se wo pe fifi plat last stop taxi ewo main station ewo old market wo no unyama taxi na kache daba so bisu obatampa junction usi wa free ho ba me ho no menant be set meet me nsape 3 minutes ni waduru me ho enya ira kwankura nti se wo sa tibe ni mu a mentena se mandwini se bia wa wochinchin akọ mmemme bebre ho anto wonti no wo ma to na mombra na oba ho beto ebi kwa tumi frame bisa senti jabra positive no huhum yade ana because wochinchin akọ mmemme bebre no anto no nti oba kwa na yin se jabra house me honso oba no ho nto no but me more full assurance say bra na ho beto obi a watemi kan mrepi na wabubu du ashi na suma mpeso oba one day obi a mafia na amano hato no kudi adanse che no odi me kan na eba ye unze no kre say na de na me kan no ye no kre nti so wotemi kan mamma bibia nsu kwan ma obi na da enche o se bia o skebi na musika na me pa nti na ma me kasa nyente sa me waduru a si hospital no ese posit yade ene posit de duro e wo ho obi ka say doctor bi ka say doctor post the drone ho e say the preference and say this one no oboa me waduro so post no pe say enlargement say so catheter say when eye cancers bra no ho beto nti speaker ga kra metumi aka che ma tie phone no
me da say of a numbers
92.9 92.9 The radio station that other radio stations listen to.
I'm faster than the bar about Tampa. If I was another Romano pay, and he did come or 80 cup now, country I are a chair. Imagine.
Yeah, Kwame Jusu.
And Bomboko.
Nyamia Domara could be
very well. You see not to whether the boy in brutal.
Yes. Now, Metise President Mahama Kubi said, but the policies need be, let's say, Obama, a Greek minister, stay away from Accra.
A Greek minister.
There's, I said, BBC Famasun. I read it from somewhere, but I stand for correction. So, Bibi to me, I've corrected me, but that's what I heard.
Okay.
Say that Greek minister be stay away from Accra. But Kwame, I'm also looking forward to see, aspirant say presidential candidate no obimra bontembe say minister of work and housing say a banner so be follow within the ministers na say omu twemu a minister for work and housing omunya adwuma rainy seasons Kwame, especially in Accra here and say ministers of minister of work and housing Kwame as a source otimi share raincoat and nante Accra
now share
any cities no share and normal people go through because obi betimi appointed as a minister of work and housing Kwame ebia baby or tie a jolly place our first class residential area obefa a first class roader straight to the office so baby one a situation Kwame there wouldn't be any flat I'll be it will bet me a diakoniaba for 8 good years Kwame no good and ebia baba be fa baby a hoye flat room but ebia that year no that abefa na dry season Kwame koshe cat anymore can come out calf in sure franco for cat anymore ya police station anymore ya huge traffic
abeka here
yes Kwame in my me who be that in my life Jemi who be me who no TV so
yeah
but today dear me ankasema who be a car a hangi wo ensuo no above car na ma car no e sheki sei kwa ayi ni mo nyame che opposite Kwame mesi wo yi tilapia na obi be yi tilapia wo se ne yanyi tilapia wo me nka ho asem biom da nyame che ni mo Kwame ensuo pa eta ho pa
ensuo ni so to gidigidi sa o
Kwame so na to pa
aton kakra sa
yes Kwame say adani relief rainfall and it's serious can't call makamba traffic
horrible are you paying so fanko barrier the same thing
it is serious Kwame and these people e ho no basisi obufie e ho no biafa kofie Kwame e man yatim say et engineers bia ni ha et ye ni city engineers omaduma pa ne say Kwame city engineers omaduma ne say
am tete assemblies no office are no more da
Missy
I no more better on stop work
stop work eti sadie we say Kwame how many times so many times ni yanka sa asem we say police station ni mo
police training school
Dr. Dampare ko officer or kwasra police for ya ho no offer
technology communication
obadi mu ho na make was ni Kwame be so obadi president Kofo di fa free so obugu na nimu ase se o eje Kofo
avenue
Kwame omunyi ni di fa free so omunyi ni di fa free so oba nyi ni di free so amia me ko atia sa de
highway no
yes Kwame
okay from central high
Messi ministers of state omuya work and house na obo fa ko PCF ko interview de bi obo fa etu omu nim sa de ade ne ye ho sa ka koma Messi first time abahunu se ka Kwame ka hangi ho
nsuo ne fa na
afana wie ka hangi ho ko hwe Messi ayi na meche La Paz obi antimi koma biem etikas ne eso mo divert ekofo ba bia honorable ayi Kwame Appiah Kubi fie da north no okofa Mekli hotel Mekli ani mu ho no mo saa nya meche no ache o saa kwakofa akire ho no abefa ayi fo no dwomu number 3 fo dwomu no asa ba bisi no aba be di huge traffic so because fa ho awutimi enso be ko winjim ubi bia be sei ade ye ho sai sai
Babeka den de ha adwen pa
no it's too much
Abeka de ha adwen pa because I don't need the main Kumasi highway
yes
okay say ufri Kumasi ba na wamfa Bunsu Junction enwura Koforidua Mewurabri okay I don't need the straight road
yes
I ba hit circle
and aka bia ufo bia ho no befa because be ni pedesi circle
exactly
offer the pefi asafo market ara kejeti e circle Kwame Jofi Sunanye ba ho no befa Jofi Techimaye ba ho no befa Jofi Cote d'Ivoire ba sometimes more not offer doma hinkro fa Sunyaya e ha na ababa befa Kwame
one for house on ko
circle ala se bia opeso ko Cape Coast and Atakrade no a branch etudru aya Achimota overhead na bia no a branch no abefa La Paz na bia na ko Kwame but when there is too much time too much na me ferry cry Ebrano Kraso Kwame finance minister
yeah
Ebranity but then I'm a person me Ibadan ma me fan toche finance minister Kwame
yeah
me dia wo ye no tie
me tie
adentina ye de no magu akwamu a Kwame ye ma de ni manifest ansa na ye beka ho asem
that's all kasado do
that's what I'm saying things Kwame ye de ka che ye mebo
yeah
ene ya fight ya bedu elebu bia ye beje sika ebe enhance adentina ye de no magu akwamu Kwame we are looking forward to say adin be manifest answer and be kika sa no ma be say na be kika na a month or two we are still in the ABCD what cover problem the aba because say here to asem bia ni fi obi an mi say dollar ne ba bia gira ni gira 15 mewa obi an mi say inflation 23% nyame adom adro aba be 23.something%. It's okay Jamaica what I say and I didn't know my go say we should hope for it, that's fine, but say ye be yenya hope our economy no obia hwehwa no say economy no ebesa abumi Jamaica what I say it would the normal go akwamu a because measures upon measures are Kwame yentimi a manifesting aba etiasie di we ya adesua
but still no go so kasa
Demeko atiasie sie di we ya adesua ni ehunu se okay ye de no ma gu akom ye hwe de bedu ansa na Kwame yentimi abie ya no eti what you go akom na bia inflation no Kwame a drop from ebia 23% na eba na single digit kwa aba hit tens no you understand then ebia you say exchange rate no ebia adina 1.5 for no ache Jamaica what say 15 no I say stabilize ache kakra and then we have a bragging rights and I say hobby you be bibi so di akasa. You have 5 months of Kwakotwaba. Also, create problems at the amount. Now, a month of 2, that's a Kwame. You BBR. Your opponent will take it back and hit you. Yeah, it's okay. Time no, it's okay.
All right, Nana made us say, my young sorry so na young call, yeah, no say Joe at the midfield action no, eba na me wo mini ababa kon ewo a multi credit Tafo branch ewo Kumasi yes it wo pemase mbruka na me so me penase mbruka oba pa hanada pa I don't pay happy birthday to you na Edra I Jimmy sorry and Papa Kia sending their mommy I think other people into a friend said the way I person me wish you in fact my new crowd on tears I don't pay I celebrate you you're a great woman happy birthday to you Mommy Hannah God bless you so much you're a great woman I don't pay thank you for your dedication and commitment to work on your new age we pray for God's mercies and blessing upon your life as you open a new chapter I didn't see anyone now when you're Kessben happy birthday to you Hannah Dapa God bless you so much as you your chief teller and your multi credit for brand and happy birthday I don't pay we celebrate you my very self and my entire team we wish you the best of your new age God bless you I mean we say or Henewa Asenso Intiamwa Christabel within you or Henewa Asenso Intiamwa Christabel I mean little one happy birthday to you God bless you I didn't shadow on your he be paying Papa why I don't pay Papa do my miss and will show the best of your new age and happy birthday to you God bless you I didn't your want to anymore thank you for making time with us. My name is Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. Highly grateful, sir. I don't pay Munira no mojebre na mutie ye jumedie. Yes, sorry, so I'm a say Joe, any team no at the midfield action no at the aba. I know you are good year munsem. One more babet na say I discuss analysis no. Papa nina ahane wo. One more sorry so at exactly 1 o'clock. News team no beba na one more the breaking news no atwaso. Ochena ya wada adom ye na what the yankwa che ya the best answer ba na yeni waba be ye juba abum. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are out. Good morning, Ghana.
Agurana na yuri kwaba akasa no makasa French wo bie na no awoboajo asana na ho febia wani bonu so awira tete wo kwani ne bani na sene ne ba ejo no bi no anta bie eja wo mu anami di asem asa chiri na no mpa no asem eja wo mu asoma bia ba wo do man ko mo ba de ehye yense yeni nsa wo so eni je ni adrewo afe wonu e bi wi ase asoni mu e ba sa wo yira kwan so a kire ne kwampa no be asem yo be asmo oni pada sani awon manwem wo wi ase ha asam to nyonko na to be bia nkemfa ho menso metene be bia nka me pema yeden nanso wadoma nkoma ba ade ebo ni pa bata ni pa ho obi ada na nyonko yesu ansu ande yirasio obia woni dwuma odidi bo a oman wokwo nani ko si na fro wa yuku ni chechere ne ma obia nani ko so ni ja obrechi ni kukodu fo eja wo mu anku ni maba agurana na wiri kwa ba akasa no makasa friendship obie na no awobo ajo asana na ho febia woni bono so a wo wira cheche wokwo ne bani na
speaker many asamunde ana eba
any say boy and come up
and post-it ayasan asam
okay
said the any no majuma ne se mehwe post-it yade enu ne yade a yankopon adom me ama mo aduru a me de hwe aya ehun aduru se ni ho saa me kasi me bo se post-it abofu duru a de ma wo hospitals finasteride ne tamsulosin hydrochloride no adwudwe yade no anase adwudwe ujunso na ujunso no na edan ebebe na se but en supposed ni yade enunti akoma posted yade no ay yade bia enhu eni edoni ho saa na yame na adom me ama meduru a enemre mi de hwe ayarefo a ewo posted mu sinti metia sese ya obi a wotiminka we ye ben man kwa na we di best 40 years e kwa tiemiye because ebitu abase obenya post at any time ye won yan every 40 years e kwa na nya post na post no ye mema yade na ye ka post a ye honama kwa bi a ebata ejun sotwa no ho na numu na dudu be na ejun